Alright, what's up everybody? I'm back with another episode of Monday Hauls. I hope you enjoyed last week's look at the CGC unboxing, but this week we're back to form with a whole bunch of pickups from Christmas, New Year's, and a couple of sales and a couple of mail calls. So I can't wait to show you what I picked up this past week to week and a half. Stay tuned. Alright, so here we are. I've got a whole bunch of stuff and I'm going to just dive right into it. So for Christmas this year, my wife had listened to my video outlining the top 10 Christmas gifts or gift ideas for the comic geek in your life, and she came to me with a gift card to my local comic shop, which was my #1 pick from that video. So that was very sweet of her. Big thanks, honey, if you ever end up watching this. But let's take a look at the things that she got me, or that I got with that gift card that she got for me. First thing that I'm really excited about is because this is a neat way to support local comic shops, because these I think are exclusive covers that you can only get. So they have begun a series called the Mighty Marvel Masterworks. This is a digest-sized reprinting of the Silver Age classics from the Marvel Library. The biggest one, of course, being the Spider-Man. So I got this. It's got the Amazing Fantasy 15 cover on it. This reprints Amazing Fantasy 15, but also Amazing Spider-Man #1 through 10. So this was a great collection. This is a collected edition. It is smaller. Just for comparison, this is the size of like a regular comic book. This is the size of the digest. These covers, like the classic cover reproductions, you can only get, I think, at comic shops. For this one, the X-Men one, there's a Fantastic Four one. I think there's a Thor one. And there's an Incredible Hulk one. Yes, so I think there's 5 or 6 of them. But the Spider-Man one obviously was the big one that I was looking forward to getting. So this was great. It retails for $15.99. They each do, but online you can find the Incredible Hulk one, and at least, I think that in the Avengers one, there's also an Avengers one. I think you can find those two for undercover price, but I went ahead and just got this at my LCS because it's the only place I'd seen this cover. So check with your local comic shop or check online with one that you may have a relationship with. If you're looking for a recommendation for a local comic shop that can do mail order or digital sales, I would love to recommend that for you, so make sure and drop your question in the comments below if you're looking for a good digital or virtual comic shop that you can be a part of. Also, what I picked up, now this is, with gift cards, I always try to get something that I wouldn't normally buy for myself. So I did this because normally I don't go in for action figures. But because I've been on this G.I. Joe kick for a while, and he's one of my favorite G.I. Joe characters. And this one had actually a kind of a even cooler thing to it. This was the G.I. Joe Classified Series Snake Eyes and Timber Alpha Commandos set, which includes Timber the Wolf with a changeable head, like an attack head and a regular head, and then the Snake Eyes action figure. I already had one that was on display on my shelf. If you look on my Instagram, you'll see what that one looked like. But this one, I saw it and I thought to myself, this is not something I would ever buy for myself. So I decided to go ahead and get it and put to replace the one that I currently have on the shelf. So this one will stay, and I'll end up putting the other one up for sale. Maybe I'll even do a giveaway with it or something. I don't know, but that one, I'm going to replace that one with this one. They are different. This one is a different mold, and he does have a different paint on him. So I don't know. I might end up keeping both of them. But this was just a really cool one, and it's got this great J. Scott Campbell artwork on the back. This big spread from some of his other work. I think it's J. Scott Campbell on there. I'm not 100% sure. I thought it was him. I don't know. Maybe it's not, but it's just really cool looking. So this was another big present. This is not something I would have gotten for myself. That retails for $55 or $54.99. So it's something that I wouldn't necessarily have gotten for myself, but in this case I did. and was very pleased to pick it up. The third big, or not big thing, but the third thing that I ended up getting for myself, and let's see if I can find it. I'm consistently not stacking these the way I'm going to show them, so I always end up out of order. Yeah, so this is something I'd had my eye on it at the local comic shop, and I decided to go ahead and pick it up. But this was Booster Gold #1. First appearance of Booster Gold and first appearance of Whiplash. They had a few copies. The higher graded copy had already gone. This one they had at about an 8.0 for $28. But I feel like that's probably a very conservative grade, because when I did look at it, I felt like it would be somewhere in bare minimum 8.5, probably a 9 to 9.2 was what I was seeing. But yeah, it was, and this is a personal collection pickup. I like some of these DC, first appearances, like because there's a nostalgia factor. This was published in February of '86, so I was 10 years old at the time, and I've had a lot of recent interest in Booster Gold because of his ties to Blue Beetle, and of course, I'm a Blue Beetle fan. So I went ahead and got myself this. I'd kept an eye on it for a couple months. They hadn't sold this one, so I went ahead and picked it up for myself as part of that gift card. So big thanks to my wife for getting me that. Those three were all personal collection things that I'm looking forward to enjoying. So the rest of the items that I picked up were from local pull boxes at 2 of my local comic shops, and then some sale items that I came across just out on the hunt. 2 books that, now my primary local comic shop I had not been to for a couple weeks, so I had waiting for me Odin's Eye #1 from Bad Idea Productions, and then Odin's Eye #2 from Bad Idea Productions also. So there's been a lot of hype around this book. It was one of the final 5 books. You had to pre-order and prepay. I think it was back in June of 2021 when I had to prepay for all the final 5 titles. And I went ahead and did it because I really liked the production quality and the story and art quality for most of the Bad Idea stuff. This one I was immediately impressed with and excited when they revealed that this was one of them. So I'm pleased with it. I'm looking forward to getting to read them. I haven't read them yet, but it is something that I'm really looking forward to. Also, I'd had one damaged copy of Radiant Black #10 that they provided for me. They were able to get me a better copy. I ended up inadvertently picking up 2 copies of Moon Knight #6, the A cover, because I picked one up at each comic shop, and I was okay with that. As you know, I've been scaling back my pickups, my new comic pickups, but Moon Knight is one of them that's just really good. Also got the Villain's Reign variant for #6, which was a really cool looking cover, but got this one. Probably won't continue to do all covers for all of my series, but it was one that I went ahead and had gotten, and I was glad that I had ordered it. Star Wars The High Republic Adventures #11. I got this, and I think this is just the A cover on that one. And then I'd heard a little bit of hype about Justice League Incarnate because of the first appearance of the Batwoman Who Laughs. I'm not really as interested in that. I think that any of these blah blah blahs who laugh are derivative. I think the Batman Who Laughs was original and was really cool, but all the rest of them, not really putting much value in them as big characters moving forward. But the things that attracted me to this was, of course, Captain Carrot, and then so I got #1, and I got #2, and Etrigan the Demon is a character that I've been interested in recently. I'm looking, and his first appearance in The Demon #1, which featured Kirby artwork, is on my list of collecting goals for 2022. So I did pick up 1 and 2 of Justice League Incarnate. I'm looking forward to reading these and just seeing them. It feels kind of like an Avengers of the Multiverse type of thing. I know DC and Marvel are kind of battling it out right now with those. But then, how cool is it to have Captain Carrot in there in the mix too? So those are local comic shop pickups, like regular subscription pickups. But then I also came across a few books that I picked up just because I, digging around, found them and they were on sale. As you know, or you may not know, I am a fan of all of the Disney after-school cartoon block characters and spin-offs. Tailspin was one of those. Found a really nice copy of number one. It was for $8. This one was not on sale, but I had 2 and then 4 through 7. There was a number 3 there, but I think it was only like a 7.0, and I decided just to get the number 1 and I'd pick up the number 3 later on. But I did go ahead and pick this up. Was glad to add that into the personal collection. Also looking for Darkwing Duck books as well. Then I came across some books that'll probably end up on an affordable auction. These are some bronze and copper age books. Captain America, and these were on sale, so they were not the prices that are on here. Captain America number 213, number 223, number 224, number 238, number 243, and then number 248. So those are some cool older Captain America books, and I've always thought the character was cool, especially when during the time period when his masthead was designed like this, and with the stuff with the Falcon. So that was cool to pick up. And I snagged those because they're fairly inexpensive. I came across a bundle that was for sale as well that featured the Black Lightning run from issues number 1 through 10. Now you already know that from me showing it that I'd already had a copy of Black Lightning number 1, which is the first appearance of Black Lightning. However, I talked to them about separating the bundle. They kept number 1, and I picked up issues 2 through 10. So it's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and number 10. So that was a cool little pickup for fairly inexpensively. Also going to add that to the personal collection. The last thing that I picked up, generally I don't show stuff like comic supplies, but I am getting into that. I guess second to last. Let me get to that in a second. Also picked up Den of Geek issue number 4. So I've been picking these up to read them as they come out. And then the last thing was my local comic shop, or one of my local comic shops, is a dealer for comic clear supplies, which I've showcased before, and on the giveaway show we had actually given away a pack of them. Well, this is, I went ahead and picked up, they had some of the current ones in stock, so I went ahead and picked up a pack of the 25 pack of the Comic Clear backing boards. These are current size. I did have some books that I wanted to go ahead and display with these, so I picked these up. Did them at full retail price just because I love them and they're a fantastic product. So, and I do recommend them. So make sure to check those out, and looking forward to getting my books slabbed with not slabbed, but into the bags with those. Well, thanks for tuning in to this episode of Monday Hauls. It's been a lot of fun to hang out with you. I hope your Christmas and New Year's went well. Looking forward to doing my collecting recap for this Friday feature. I didn't end up making it for this past Friday, just a lot going on. But I'm looking forward to sharing with you what goals I hit for this past year for 2021 and the goals that I'm setting for myself for 2022, because at the end of this year I'm going to recap again and I want to see how I did with hitting those goals. So hey, again, thanks for tuning in. Make sure to like the video. Make sure to leave a comment. Let me know what you thought of the pickups that I did. Anything I missed out on, anything I should have kept an eye out for, anything that you read that you saw here that you ended up picking up as well. I'd love to hear from you. And as always, if you take the time to leave a comment, I will take the time to respond to each and every comment. Last but not least, make sure and hit the notifications bell, and also consider subscribing to the channel. Got a lot more content coming in 2022, including this week we've got our next episode of the giveaway show on Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Central. We'll be going live. We'll be doing some giveaways and doing some chatting about the new year of comics. Thank you again for tuning in, and have a great night.